Hello everybody and welcome to Masterclass with Fuentes, and we're going to be talking about harina pan. That's how we call it in Spanish, but it's actually a corn flour. It's a refined corn flour actually this is from the entire Latin America, but this particular brand that I'm using today is from Venezuela, which happens to be my country of origin. The story behind this flour is actually really cool. This wasn't always this way, by the way. I'm telling you this right now. This was actually homemade. And my grandmother and my great-grandmother were on that time when this didn't exist and they had to make it. So how did they make this particular flour? They used to grab the corn, right, and take it from the land, and then take it off the cob, and then let it dry under the sun for at least 24 hours to 48 hours. That was crazy, so it became really dry, and then they would get a mortar. But I'm not talking about this kind of mortar. I'm talking about a human-sized mortar, about this size, and the thing to pile it was about this size. So it was two ladies, one on this side, one on this side, and then the guys would come with the drums and start playing the drum. They would put the corn in the mortar, and then the ladies would go, and boom, bam, and boom, bam. So it would be kind of like a party until it became a flour. And then you proceed to do what we're going to do right now, which we're going to make arepas. If you Google arepas, which is really cool, you're going to find out that this actually has become, in the past few years, as a matter of fact, the past 2 years, the best breakfast in the world. And there is a reason why. This particular flour, besides the fact that it's extremely easy to make, it is also very versatile. We can boil it, we can fry it, we can bake it, we can stuff it, we can do pretty much whatever we want with it, which is really cool. So the first thing that you need to do flour, to do this particular dough with this particular flour, is always remember that the ratio is going to be always 1:1. So if you do a 1 cup of flour, you should use a 1 cup of water. And that's it. If you do 2 cups of water, then 2 cups of flour, and so on and so on. Then you add salt to the flour, to the water, rather. And the reason is because you don't want to add the salt after you add the actual flour to it. You want to dilute that salt first, because it's very personal. Some people might not like salt, some people might want it a little salty. So make sure that you put the salt that you want. Taste the flour, taste the water before you actually put the flour in it. Once I have my water already here with salt that is already diluted, and all you have to do after you wash your hands, which I just did before I started this demonstration, is we're going to start moving the water this way, in a circular way, and we're going to start adding some of that flour. And I'm eyeballing it, but I know for a fact that I have about 3 cups of water right here. But if you have never done this, just follow the instructions by doing 1 cup of water with 1 cup of flour. And then all you have to do is just move it around, just like this. And it's going to be a little messy right now. And if you're going to see, my bowl became really dirty, right? Well, how do you know the dough is done? I'm going to give you the way my grandmother taught me. Not in the scientific way, but the eyeball way. Basically, she used to say, once the flour, or the dough actually, has cleaned the bowl, then your dough is ready. And I'll show you. I'll continue to go. I'm going to put it flat now that you saw what it is, so I can do the job properly. And basically, you knead it like any other dough, just like this. You remove from the bowl and push it. You remove from the bowl and push it. And you remove from the bowl and push it. If you notice that the dough is a little bit dry, no worries, don't kill yourself, nothing's gonna happen. Just add a little bit of water and we're good, which is what I'm gonna do right now. Put a little water right there and we continue. We want this dough to be a little wet. Why? Because it's corn, and the corn will absorb all this water. So I'm going to continue to knead just like this, and you'll see that when I'm done with this, the bowl is actually going to be very clean, and we're going to have a nice and smooth dough. I'm going to take it a couple of more times, and if we count it, we do it like this: and 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now what is going to happen? My dough is going to start becoming one. And this is what I'm looking for. Watch this. See? That's beautiful. Now that my dough is pretty much done, I'm gonna give my hands a little wash real quick. Take all this dough off my fingers. Yes. Okay. Now we're gonna start playing with an arepa. What is an arepa? Arepa is a flat little patty. We're gonna grab a little bit of the dough. Okay. And we're gonna start by doing a ball first. Just like this. See? Looks like a ball. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna flatten it. So we're gonna go like this. And it's like you're clapping. And it's great when you're doing it with your kids because you just give everyone a little ball and you say, hey, everybody just clap. Yeah! And there you go. This one we're gonna start by, well, let's start baking first. Let's start with that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab a little bit of a paper towel over here, and I have some oil that is hot. Okay, I'm gonna grab a little bit of that oil, just like this, and I'm gonna smear it right here on my pan. And I'm gonna put this one right here in the bowl, on the frying pan. You hear that? That's what we're looking for. We are searing the arepa. Basically what we're creating is a crust, which is what we want. Okay, that is what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it in there for a couple of minutes. We're gonna turn it around, it's gonna go in the oven. That is the baked arepa. Then we're gonna make another one right now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do another ball just like this, and we're gonna flatten it again. And this one we are going to be frying. And it's not gonna be, what I have here is, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I have a frying pan with a little bit of vegetable or canola oil. You can use, obviously, whatever oil you want. And this one we're just gonna fry. Hot oil right there. Okay, so I have hot water here, boiling water. Now I'm gonna make you one that is boiled. And this one I'm gonna go in a different way. And this is really interesting. Why is interesting? Because we're gonna make it in a way that when it's done, you should be able to make it into a boat. And I'm gonna show you how it's done. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wet my fingers, okay? And I'm gonna make a cylinder in a way, instead of a flat. See this? It's a cylinder now. With my wet finger, I'm gonna make, and I'm gonna insert it like this, like if you were to do like a corn dog, right? And then, see that, how it's hollow? And we're gonna close it, just like this. And this is gonna go in the boiling water. So what happens is when we open it, it's gonna be like a boat. And then we can actually put butter inside or cheese inside, and it's absolutely fantastically delicious. When I come back, I'm gonna show you what it looks like. So I'm gonna put this inside, like this, and I'm gonna close it. Yeah. Okay. Yes. I'm gonna fry this baby right here. And the cheese inside is gonna get gooey. So watch this. So we'll do that in there. In there. Those who like butter, only do one. Then what I like to do at home is I just put it back on so it melts. And then I wait a little bit, and then we're gonna do something else to that. See this? Now watch that. So I'm gonna put this here. Right? Then I'm gonna grab, which is that. Oh yeah. Love this. If you like cheese, you'll like that. And then, to finish it out, we can grab a little cotija, right? Which is a hard, fresh cheese, and we finish it with that. Just like this. And you have something that we call bollito. That's one thing. Then with an arepa, what you can do is, I'm gonna grab a towel, and then watch this. And grab the baked arepa, and we're gonna open it just like if you were doing a pita bread, just like this. And it's gonna open up just like a pita bread, see? And then we're gonna grab, again, by the way, this you can not necessarily is eaten with cheese. Today we happen to have cheese, which I have a few Latin American cheeses that I wanna tell you about. This is cotija cheese, which is a fresh, hard cheese. So the best thing to do with that is grate it. Then you have a queso fresco from Colombia. It's kind of similar to this, but so much softer and delicious, and it crumbles. Then we have queso de hoja or queso de telita, how we call it in Venezuela, which is a cheese that has several layers. So it's extremely gooey, like a mozzarella, but it has a little salt in it. And then we have this one that is also similar, but a little harder. That is it's actually from Ecuador. I'm sorry, not Ecuador, Honduras. And it's actually a soft cheese as well, similar to a mozzarella, but it's definitely so much denser. But arepas can be filled with whatever you want. And one of the best ideas now that we're approaching the holidays is the next day after Thanksgiving, go ahead and make a bunch of this, and this is the perfect thing for you to stuff with your leftovers. Okay?
Can I have Anthony to the register, please? Anthony?
And Anthony needs to, we need him at the register, by the way, apparently. So we're gonna stuff it with cheese or with whatever you want. I'm gonna put 2 different cheeses. And there you have a stuffed arepa. Like I said, you can do it with meat, you can do it with whatever you want. Then I show you the empanada. We're gonna cut it in half. And look how gooey and delicious the cheese is inside. Look at this. That's what we want. And then the fried arepa, same thing. It's gonna be crispier than the one that is baked. We open it just like a pita bread, like I said before. Just like that. Butter inside, meat inside, a chicken salad inside, whatever you want, you are actually gonna love them. Best breakfast in the world, use them, you won't regret it. Thank you very much. My name is Neil Fuentes, and I hope you enjoy my masterclass. See you soon.